What is up guys, Sharpwind here and I'm feeling that summer vibe! I am officially done with school and everything regarding it. Man, feels good. Okay, but I need to see, so I'm gonna put these glasses away now. Anyway, today you guys voted for a wall jump tutorial. I know, officially, you guys voted for action transitions tutorial, but I still haven't gotten all the suggestions from the community poll. So if you want to suggest what I should do in that tutorial, check the community poll. I'm gonna live stream that tutorial because it's gonna be a pretty long one, or I can make an episode, still don't know, not sure. Anyway, I'm sorry I haven't done tutorials lately. I was focused on other types of content, such as the system, Minecraft live streams, wallpapers, and all the other stuff. I haven't done a tutorial in a while now, so I'm sorry about that. Here we are now. If you want to see more tutorials, let me know by dropping a like or hitting that bell, because I really gotta focus on that more. And then one last thing before we begin the video, I just ordered myself a no homo shirt, and you guys seem to like that shirt a lot. So put a link in the description if you guys want your but I said no homo shirt. Just a thought, it's there, now you do whatever you want. For this tutorial, I have prepared two types of wall jumps for you. The first one is gonna be like when you run towards a wall and just like kind of climb onto the wall, like some sort of a parkour move, which is kind of like a wall run, but it's vertical, so I guess you could call it a wall jump. I'm not sure. The second one I thought to be an actual wall jump, running towards the wall and jumping away from the wall. So basically those two kinds of wall jumps I'm gonna cover in this video. So let's see what we have here. Ideally, this guy would run towards this wall and climb onto it. That's the primal idea. Let me explain the physics. If you want to run up the wall, not put yourself away from the wall, you need a lot of momentum, which basically pushes you onto the wall. You run towards the wall with very high speeds, because that gives you a lot of forward momentum. And when you put your leg onto that wall, there's still a bunch of momentum pushing you towards the wall. Basically, if you jump then, all the force is going to be directed upwards and not backwards, unless you have some really strong cold feet. So if you want this to look realistic, we gotta make this guy run towards the wall. I'm going to import some running cycle frames, which I have made in this video. Click the eye in the corner if you want to make your own running cycle. This is how it looks like. It also looks funny because it's turned upside down, but that's because if you want this run cycle to work properly, you gotta put the character 45 degrees onto the land. So now this is how the running cycle looks like. Something goofed up. Okay, so that's it. That's my running cycle. If I want to make this functional, I recommend putting your character in a folder, because folders are great for overlapping motion, plus you can help fix your position if you messed something up. Such as now, the rotation point is completely offset, so I'm gonna copy the position of this guy, put him to 0, then paste the position into the folder. So that's it. Now I have two different folders for the character. I'm gonna make this guy run towards the wall here. I've made him run towards the wall. Pay attention! The character first needs to accelerate upwards. Bring that leg up, bring that leg backwards, and of course unrotate this guy, because of course we kind of want this guy rotated properly if we want to do this. So first things first, I want to adjust the position so it's always in the same place. So the character is now only rotating upwards. That's the only thing I gave the character. The position is taken care of by the folder. This is why I have two things, so I can counter each other and fix the position and stuff. Folders are very useful. So I'm gonna put this forward so the leg is always in the same place, like so. And even in the middle, I might bring it up so it doesn't look too bad. So like this. But this is way too far away from the wall. If you were to jump from this direction, with this speed, you would land parallel to the wall, which would basically put all the momentum forward, and there's no way for you to launch upwards that way. If you do parkour, you know what I'm talking about. This guy should be way closer when he propels upwards, so let's just move this entire folder, all the keyframes of this folder, somewhere here. So when he actually pushes up, he's going slightly upwards the wall, which is going to be a lot easier for him to actually initiate the move. So first, he's going to land onto the wall here. I kind of mapped it out in my head. This is very useful. Okay, so now the leg should be something like this when he lands onto the wall. And the position of the character, which is the left and right thing, is gonna go as close for him to put the leg on the wall. This is gonna be... The character needs to be Damn it. The character needs to be unrotated, so I gotta adjust everything now. But this is the idea. The character unrotates, and the character is also going to be the up and down speed. That's gonna be linear. Needs to be linear, because he's still going upwards. And it's gonna be faster, like this. It kind of looks awkward now, because of the body. If I make the body invisible for now, you'll see. The reason it does look funny, though, is because the legs are sliding in this shot, and this makes it seem like he's slowing down. And this still needs to be a bit closer to the wall, like so. And this final keyframe is just gonna be brought upwards like this. So, yes, this is way better, actually. This guy runs towards the wall. Bam! It looks weird with the body, but the legs look fine. This is the reason why I turned the body off. And the other leg is gonna go backwards and bend, because like he just propelled from this direction. Let's keep the body invisible and focus only on the legs for now. When we're done with the legs, we're gonna go back and fix the body, because that's how it's done. Like a 3D printer. Slowly adding layers to the animation to make it look better and better. Also, I apologize if you hear thunder noises in the background. We're having a mild storm. But yeah, after this, there are two motions happening to the character. First is the motion going upwards, second is the motion going inwards. The two motions have different paths. The motion in needs to be stopped and the motion up is slowly starting. So those two make like a curved motion, and that's why we have two folders. The character is going to go either inwards or upwards, and the folder is going to do the opposite motion with separate transitions to make it all possible. Since I've moved the folder left and right, I'm gonna do the same in this case. Move it in like so till this position with an ease out, and the character is going to go up with an ease in. What happens is this circular motion thing here. And now we're going to adjust the legs to suit this situation. Extend it at the final frame and just put it in the wall. We need to put it on the same place. So if the legs were to extend, the body needs to go more up, like the character, not the body, the character, because the character is the up and down motion. So the leg is always in the same place. But in between here, the leg is going through the wall, and we obviously do not want that. I'm just gonna sink the leg so this point is always in the same place. Don't worry about glitching through the blocks. These are very fast motion. It's not gonna be noticeable. Minecraft characters are built this way. Glitching does happen, and there's nothing you can do about it, especially at this frame here. But now it looks like this. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. And this other leg is just gonna wait for now, because now this left and right motion is gonna go slightly backwards, and this motion is still gonna go upwards like this. I think this might be a bit too much. I think if I put the motion of all of this upwards, go downwards a bit so I counter the effect. Yeah, look. Keep a realistic tempo and stuff, because like these are still human legs. You can't just make them propel upwards at the speed of sound. This leg, the other leg, would be positioned on the wall for the second takeoff. So this leg should be adjusting from this point to the other. Keep getting an ease in and out like this. And on the in-between here, just make him go like this. Retract this leg and get an ease into this, ease out to this. So we kind of keep the structure of an ease in and out transition, but in between, you get to bend the leg inwards. Or if you cheat the system, physically move the leg backwards like this. Which doesn't look too bad, so I'm just gonna do that. Why not? Look, it doesn't look too bad. Now I've come to the point where I don't know what to do with this leg, so I'm gonna give you a very useful tip. Stand up out of your chair and reenact the movement. I'm gonna reenact this move. Okay, I figured out when I do the move, my leg usually goes like this, backwards and extends, kind of like that. If you're not capable of doing a wall run in real life, I recommend you watch some reference footage, because reference footage is very great if you want to recreate motion which already exists, such as, for example, this wall run. And then this motion is gonna go out even more, and for now I'm just gonna extend this leg, was going out from the motion here, and if it was here before, then it should be in the wall more, but that doesn't matter too much. So let's do this. So now it's in the wall again. Give an ease into these two, and then it looks like this. As you see, we got the effect we wanted. The first takeoff is great because you have a lot of speed and stuff, but then it's slowing down, and the second one is kind of slower-ish. As you see, that's exactly what I wanted to go for. Normally, these legs would just continue going backwards at a higher speed than usual, because now it's just been launched backwards. The motion would kind of go up, but not very far, and then fall back down like this with an ease in. So this would normally happen. This is the motion we have. Like if I wanted your character to actually grab onto the wall, we gotta animate the hands reaching up for the wall and pulling himself upwards. We're gonna fix that if we get that high, but if not, we're keeping it like this. This leg goes in and slightly bends because it's trying to maintain balance, and now it just goes up and bends even more, and this leg is trying to go down, catching balance. So it's like this. Like this. Taking a look at the legs alone, I like this animation very much, and as you see, I did use linear in this, and it looks nice. So don't tell me linear is always ugly. Linear does look nice, but only if it's used right. And now the ideal thing to do would be to animate the body, because the body is still just stuck in the same pose, which kind of looks awkward. The beauty of animation, I'm telling you. As you take off, the body would normally just go backwards, kind of towards and away from the leg which was taken off, so it kind of gives space to where he's trying to go. Like, if you're projecting yourself onto the wall, you're probably gonna want to face the wall so you can catch yourself on with your hands. Okay, no, the head should not be overlapped. I was just trying something. The arms maybe could use some overlap like this. Oh yeah, the arms could use some overlap, see? I have flaws in my animations as well. Another reason why the head should not be overlapped in this part is because it's parkour. You got mass, and you're trying to jump off buildings. You always want to be looking at what you're doing, so don't overlap the head. The head should always be looking at what you're doing. And then as the body turns around, you obviously don't want it going like this, but still just like going upwards, keeping a balance, maybe. So it looks like this. Okay, this ease in is too much, so let's keep this one linear. Even now it's too much because of the body. The body here has a very fast motion. So let's try to go for a slight ease out, actually. Ease out sign. This motion needs to be eased in, but the body's motion is so fast that maybe a slight ease out to counter the very strong ease in, maybe. And that doesn't look too bad, as you've seen here. Always adjust the head. And of course, these here should be linear because these are also contributing to the harsh contrast of moves. If you have a lot of keyframes very close together, always use linear. Don't ease them because that's gonna make chunky move. Oh, I just saw a lightning strike. There we go. It's pretty far away, don't worry. Okay, so this arm, which was already in front, should complement that motion by going in front even more, also with an ease in. Also, this other arm, just do what the previous arm did, just make it go up. And also, this arm is now trying to keep the face away from this stone wall in front of it, so I'm gonna rotate it slightly, maybe even position it forward, because he's trying to keep distance from the wall. As you're doing a wall run, your hands are always just kind of doing small baby steps on the wall. So you keep your face away from... You get the point. This arm as well, but because of the body's motion, this arm is closer than the other arm, so this arm has a greater chance of actually getting a solid contact. Please. This. Alright, there we go. I'll take that. And from now to this point, the body is not gonna be turned anymore. Body is now inwards, bent backwards, and the head could be brought down a little bit because now he needs to pay attention to what's happening in front of him. This arm here was not touching the wall before. This arm has some space left. So at this point, maybe let's bend this arm slightly and make it go up for the second row. So like this is where the arm would be synced to some random point like this. Oh. And this arm, which had contact with the ground, should probably do something like this, you know? Like this, like this. Okay, of course, always sync the motion, so it's always in the same place, like this. So like this. This part doesn't look too bad because it actually references a human motion. And now at this part, the body is also just going slightly back, not bent as much, maybe rotated slightly to give space for the leg. And this arm now has a way to go. So at this point, the arm was supposed to go downwards. So this was here. This needs to be here as well, like this. There's a lot of stuff to tell you. Sync the motion always, so it's always in the same place. Okay, so like this. This guy runs up to the wall, starts climbing it. This is what we have right now. And this guy is going to try to like hold on to this wall, like ease in and out. And at this point, it's gonna go backwards and bend, and then ease into the first one, ease out to the second one like this. And at this point, when it gets upwards, make the arm keep a contact with the same point on the wall like before. Hop, hop, hop. This arm is pretty much almost done. So as he sees he's going to fail to hit the wall, we haven't gone high enough, sorry boys. His arm is just going to relax. So it's like this. This is what I'm talking about, boys. This arm, though, is going to go upwards and trying to like reach for the wall. Like this. This is too slow, it doesn't match with the gravity. The body now is going to go inwards slightly. So it's leaned backwards because he pushed himself backwards, but he's trying to bend inwards. And the head, of course, is going to follow the wall like this. Same transition and stuff, so it's like, huh. And that's where physics kind of screws you over because now he is going to trip. Maybe this leg, he is going to trip because there's a lot of mass behind him and he's going backwards and stuff. So maybe follow the wall or something. I just don't know what to do with his arms anymore. Relax his arm or something. Now we see he's tripping over. He knows that, so maybe this leg could be positioned more backwards and this leg forwards and more bent, like to try to counter that effect, like this. This is what we've made of the wall run. Let's see. Not bad. Okay, if we only take a look at this point here. This does look like a pretty realistic climbing on the wall thing. Although this arm could just go outwards more. I am loving how this looks like. This is why I like animation, because the end result. Now, I do believe I have a lot of footage already, so I'm gonna end the episode here, but I will give you a quick explanation on how you would do the other type, which is just pushing yourself back away from the wall. It's basically the same thing, run towards the wall, but as he gets on the wall, hold on, I can explain. As he gets on the wall, he would be much further away, and as he gets on the wall, this leg would be more parallel, so he like stops all his motion, doesn't use it to go upwards, but he stops all his motion, and then he basically just extends the leg and just flies backwards in that direction. Be sure to use the overlapping action from arcs, because you always want your character to be going in an arc, not straight and linear, because that's ugly, and that's mostly what I can give you for this tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, again, smash that like button and hit the bell for more content like this. The System 8 is coming soon, I gotta record it, but I said I'm gonna focus more on tutorials rather than other types of content, because I haven't done a tutorial in a while, like I said. So yeah, thank you for watching, I hope this video was useful. Now make me proud, guys, and stay sharp.